and I spent the whole day just kind of in silence. And I woke up this morning. I had a lot of things to do, but I chose to do nothing and just be still. I was not in the place mentally, physically, or spiritually to do anything but be still with myself and to really collect my thoughts and my emotions. We know that January is coming to a closing, so the year has begun, and I just wanted to check in with myself. I personally don't do New Year's resolutions, but I do check in with my internal essence to see how I'm feeling. So I spend time kind of just checking in. So today, when I woke up, I was thinking about self improvement, and I was thinking about just improving and what that means. For me, I just wrote self improvement points to a future of perfection and creates dissatisfaction in the now. So I thought about that and I said to myself, wow. So I do get the whole self improvement. But also, with that being said, it gives me a vision of perfection in the future where I am thinking, am I not perfect? Because it creates dissatisfaction of the present moment. And I wanted to, um, I don't know if it's you're thinking that, but I just it just dawned on me of me chasing, constantly chasing something and never being present and enjoying the present moment like the right now. Because if I look back a year ago, I was looking forward to this place being here. You know, in 2025, I thought about this place being in spiritually and energy wise and my consumption and my exercise regimen. I did it for a whole year, and I never really gave myself grace. I never really sat and said to myself, wow, you did a great job. You know, even during the time when I was, my goal was to get to this point. For me, I always chase this moment. And now that I have this moment, I'm conditioned to chase another moment. So, never really rewarding myself because I'm chasing, self improvement. I'm not really enjoying the rewards. I'm not really celebrating my wins. So that's why I took the day off. Did nothing and just sat with myself and gave myself grace. I shut social media down, didn't talk to anybody on the phone. I wanted to really check in with myself and give myself grace. And that's something that we don't do because we're constantly chasing paying rent. We're constantly chasing food bills are going up. We're constantly chasing and fear, constant fear. So for me to sit and really self reflect, really think about where am I in my emotions. And I can honestly say as a child, I was never able to express my emotions. It was something that emotions we did not consider. So for me, like I was saying, self improvement points to a future perfection and creating dissatisfaction in the now. And so I'm looking at my life now as every day is perfection. Every day. Because it took me from my past to get to this point. So if it wasn't for my past, I wouldn't be the woman that I am. So I am not going to use self improvement. I'm going to just use me evolving and loving every stage of my evolution instead of saying this part of me was bad and this part of me was good. This is where I want to be. Every part of me is what it is. I'm not going to label it. It is what it is. And I'm going to enjoy my life because we constantly are chasing things. We're chasing clothes, we're chasing relationships, we're chasing. And I am exhausted of chasing. I will not be chasing. I will live in the now, in the present moment. I will enjoy every breath that I take. I will enjoy every aspect of me, whether one labels it as good or bad or whatever. It is what it is. And I'm going to accept that version of me. And that's how I feel. So here it is. When you try to change yourself, you strengthen the ideal of a self that must be fixed. This effort keeps you in struggle, not in understanding. So constantly putting yourself in a position where you are not comfortable with the present you, because you're reaching for perfection in the future, where you discredit the now, the present moment, which is really sad, because when you get to that point, when will you know that you become satisfied? Because as human beings, we're constantly chasing. Even if you get to that point, you're going to be chasing something else. So I, at 59, I'm making a conscious effort not to chase, but to attract, and to accept my every aspect of myself, every version of myself as perfection, because they all made me the woman that I am today. So I'm no longer chasing. I'm no longer looking at my life as though this is good and this is bad. It just is. It just is. I had to do that to get to this. So always evolving and non-judgment, because that judging is exhausting. And I'm saying it because I'm 59. I spent my whole life um, chasing success, chasing love, chasing relationship of friendship. If it's not meant to be, it won't be, you know. So at this particular point, I'm so glad at 59, it took me 59 years to acknowledge that I am enough. I'm perfect just the way I am. And I'm always evolving. And I'm not going to beat myself up and say I'm such a bad person, because I did. It's in the past. It happened, and I've moved on. It took that for me to get here. So do not improve yourself. See yourself in clear. See yourself without motivation. See yourself without direction. The false, the false falls away on its own. What remains needs no effort. That is freedom. So, freedom, not becoming, but just being. And so I'm in a state of constant being, and that's where I'm going to be until I transition out of this body. I am no longer doing the beating up of myself. This is the good version of me, this is the bad. It's like they coexist together. They are together. It's like yin and yang. One could not exist without the other. It's like God and the devil. There could be no God without the devil. They exist, they feed off of each other's energy. They are one and the same. So I'm so glad I came to this point. I just wanted to share this with somebody who is, and if you have a difference of opinion, because I know I grew up in a very religious family, Pentecostal, we are going to have some Bible Belt people that's going to regurgitate what they have heard at church without critical thinking. And that's what I find a lot of people who are in the church, there is no critical thinking. And I grew up in the church. My mother's a minister. She just regurgitates in the church. I've seen people just regurgitate what somebody else said, or their interpretation, or somebody else's interpretation. And when you question them, they can't really critical think the why. They just kind of said, go with what they heard in the church, what the minister said. But when you strip it of its layers and you ask them why, they can't answer the question, because that one has been conditioned to think a certain way because it's programming. So, and I'm going to say, I personally, because I grew up in the church and I've watched it, regurgitating information without critical thinking, I don't really take serious people who, and I don't take it very serious when somebody comes in as a Bible Belt, because if you have a debate with them, it's regurgitated information. There's no critical thinking with people who go to church. This is what God said, this is what the Bible said. They don't even know why. They just do it because they've been conditioned from childhood, and that's it. That's all they know. They just know what somebody told them. So for me, I sat with myself. I did my meditation for today. I sat in nature, and I had time to really use my brain and think, and then go into my emotions, my thought and my emotions and my spirit as one. So I spent the whole day. I didn't do anything but sit with myself in silence, and this is what I came up with. And again, if somebody has anything they want to share, please share it in the comments, and I look forward to hearing from you. All right, have a great day, guys. Let's see.